Manarani Hastam. I think you've heard from all the speakers, Madam Rajvi, that there is a solidarity amongst people who appreciate freedom and democracy, that this freedom and democracy is not the preserve of just those of us who are fortunate enough to live in democracies, but it is a responsibility for all of us who enjoy freedom and democracy to make sure that no one else is denied the human right of freedom and democracy wherever they are oppressed around the world. Now we are recognizing 36 years since the revolution. We are witnessing the continued revolution of the people of Iran. Because you see, the revolution wasn't over when the mullahs replaced one dictatorship with another dictatorship, thereby taking hostage the hopes and freedom of the people of Iran, who thought that in 1979 they were finally going to be free from the shackles and oppression of the Shah, only to have those shackles and repression replaced by the theocracy and the dictatorship of the mullahs in Tehran. And I agree with my friends when Alan Dershowitz said, essentially, that those who fail to learn from history are doomed to repeat history. So there is a reason why we keep repeating the tragedies of the last 36 years, because we must continually have to remind ourselves that these aren't things of the past. They are happening today in Camp Liberty. They have happened in Camp اشرف. They are happening to the people of Yemen who are oppressed because of the financing of the Iranian mullahs. They are happening to the people of Iraq who have seen greater violence because of the oppression exported by the mullahs. They are happening through Hezbollah, which has been financed by the mullahs, and they are happening to the people of Syria because of the oppression and the financing of the Quds Force and the mullahs. We should not be confused around the world that the fight for freedom by you, the MEK-PMOY, is a universal fight for all people who value freedom. Because what affects one directly affects all indirectly. And we have seen the far reach of the mullahs as they stretch their terrorist hands across the globe. Why would we ever allow the mullahs in Iran to have a loaded nuclear gun pointed at the head of the world community? Are we ignoring the brutal torture and repression and execution of their own people while we think that we can do business with such a monolithic evil that is killed so many of their own people and has killed so many others around the world. That is why President Kennedy uttered the immortal words, "Ich bin ein Berliner," because he was holding in solidarity with those who were being threatened a generation ago in Berlin. That's why my late father and my late Uncle Robert Kennedy fought for sanctions on behalf of the people of South Africa when they were being brutalized by the repressive regime of apartheid. And that is why we ought to continue to enforce sanctions on the mullahs in Iran. It's time that we do the right thing. It's time that the Congress double down on the sanctions, that the world community double down on the sanctions, and it's time that we support the democratic alternative to the mullahs, and that is the PMOI, MEK, and Madam Rajani. Thank you very much.